Chapter 8. Holger and the Mission. Sen was gone when he woke up. Bard was starting to get used to it. The past week, she had ridden Kai to watch the shades, and then she spent her evenings in the village. In the dim light, it would be easier to pass off as a human, even if her ears slipped out or her hair moved. It was easier to convince anyone they thought they were imagining it. In this way, she was starting to make friends, and Bard was able to spend his time with Ruger on introducing sunstones around the village. They explained he was a traveling merchant that sold these, and that with products like this, they could make the lives of the chief and his family better, by making it seem like it would make the people more productive, and that extra productivity would benefit the brother, Holger. Of course, word got to the brother and Bard found himself staring the man down as Ruger set his gear aside. Kai growled at the brother, who only grinned. "Who are you?" Bard asked, knowing fully who he was looking at. He had seen him when those men were frostbitten. He thanked the chief that he had been working on Holger to get him to approach today. "I'm the chief of this village," the brother, Holger, said smugly. He wore feathers and furs. No doubt from his hunts, they likely showed of his prowess, though the meaning was lost on Bard. "I see. It's a pleasure to meet you. Why do you come to these outskirts this fine day?" Bard asked, trying to keep up the charade of a traveling merchant. "It's awfully cold. Would you like to warm up with us?" "Yes, I've heard about your heating rocks. However, I am quite fine. The weather is wonderful," he said, and Bard looked him up and down. With all those furs and trappings, he no doubt would be warm. Bard smirked. But they do more than warm the body. Clothes that have gotten wet also dry faster, and the warmth drives away illness. It's a useful tool to have around," Bard said simply. "Sounds like it, though. Why are you out here and not in the village proper? A wandering merchant who has gotten stuck from the snow is always welcome inside. I couldn't trouble you. My friend is quite large and hunts regularly. From the way your village reacted to him, I thought it best stay outside. He can be a bit intimidating," Bard said as he looked at Kai, who growled as he came closer to Bard. "It would have been bad business for me if I became an enemy upon arrival." "HMPH. I see. I'll reprimand those who are so callous. Our village welcomes all merchants who get stuck in winter," Holger said, and Bard held up his hands apologetically. "Oh, I don't mind. It's pretty normal, and they have been kind to me. After all, Mr. Ruger, let us stay here until we could get to know everyone, and they did get to know us. It all worked out." Bard played up his flustered state. He really didn't like the man. Ruger's warning that the brother hosted merchants to get as much from them as possible or have them indebted to him was indeed a terrible tactic. He preyed on the new merchants the most. It's why this plan worked in the first place. If he was seen as an eager and new merchant, then they could get Holger to buy into the sunstones, get people open to using them while they made it seem like Bard was becoming indebted to him. If they did that, and this brother took away the sunstones to try to control the people like he had, then it would likely lead to some friction. If it went to plan, then the people would have their sunstones and be less under his influence for a time. During that time when the control was more lax, they hoped to protect them, especially the children. With shades on the horizon, it was imperative they made this work. "Let me see one of these heat rocks. It's probably hard to sell," the brother said. Bard about jumped at the opportunity, but felt Sen move from behind him. "Oh, it has been. Folks just won't come around with Kai around." Sen spoke up. "Well, a big dog like him isn't that scary." The brother laughed as he came over. His eyes seemed to appraise Sen, and Bard was on alert. It was just as Ruger had said. This was what he disliked about the plan the most. Sen would have to be the one who sold him the sunstones, as he couldn't say no to a pretty face, especially if he wanted her. The way he softened and became collected and gentle around her, goading her to keep talking, really made Bard's skin shiver. After he promised to buy the lot they had on hand, Sen was delighted and commented she would need to get more. She played the naive and ecstatic merchant. "Say, Sen, was it?" the brother asked. "Yes." "Oh, I don't know your name. How rude of me." "It's nothing. The name is Holger, but most just call me Chief around here." "Oh, Holger. That's a nice name. Thank you." "Say, what is your relation with that fellow over there?" Holger asked. Bard pretended to be talking with Ruger, but his ears could pick up on the words "oh" He's my husband. As silly as they come. He's hoped the sunstones would sell well. You just made his day, Sen said chippily, not missing a beat. She was definitely suppressing her accent right now, and Bard was proud of her. Is that so? Well, perhaps we can chat some other time. I'd love to see more of your wares, Holger said. Sen smiled and grabbed his hand. Of course. Thank you ever so much, she said with that infectious excitement before running over to Bard and showing him what she had in her hands. Bard hated to do this, but he saw her wink. Sen, that's way too low of a price. You know where we get those? He scolded her. Sen cringed, and the action broke his heart. He would get Ruger for this, even if they were acting. This was way too real for him. Hey, no worries. How about this much more? Holger said, stepping in. Sen looked up at him with gratitude, and Bard furrowed his brow. Holger was being earnest and gave double. No doubt he had held back, just in case he could either get a deal, or he could be able to manipulate the situation. Holger looked back at Sen and winked at her, and she looked away as if embarrassed. After the transaction, Holger handed the stones to his loyal followers. But Bard watched as some curious folk were driven away. As a merchant, he wouldn't pay much attention if he didn't have a conscience. But this was wrong on many accounts. Ruger, you know what to do, right? Bard whispered, and the little man bowed as he left. Bard left Sen outside to take care of Kai, and Holger approached her. She looked in his direction, and Bard ducked away so he wouldn't be spotted.